It was 125 years ago, and rowing was growing throughout the world. A group of keen rowing countries decided to join together and try to standardise the way rowing was being raced. 5 nations met in Italy in 1892 and formed the International Rowing Federation, Fisa. It was the first sporting body of its type. With its foundation came the organisation of a European Rowing Championships. Only amateur rowers were allowed to compete. Racing had to be in a straight line, and distances varied between 1,800 metres and 3,000 metres. With the birth of the modern Olympics planned for Athens in 1896, rowing was ready. Unfortunately, bad weather meant the racing could not take place. Finally, at the second Olympics in 1900, rowing got to race. Over the coming years, rules to standardise the sport were developed. The number of Fisa member countries began to grow, as did the number of competitors at the annual European Championships. The rules of rowing became more and more consistent. 2,000-metre straight courses became commonplace. And finally, in 1954, the European Women's Championships were created. The women raced for 1,000 metres. 20,000 people watched. In 1958, 34-year-old international rower Thomas Keller became Fisa president. He remained there for 31 years. Keller wanted the rowers to be at the centre of decisions made. His guiding principle was to always listen to the rowers. In Montreal, women raced for the first time in the Olympic Games. They raced over 1,000 metres, which later was changed to 2,000 metres. In 1985, Fisa had 63 member federations and launched the development programme. Rowing started to be developed around the world. As the sport grew, rowing was seen as a way to develop the whole person and as a lifelong sport. Dennis Oswald became Fisa president and served for 25 years. Under his leadership, rowing became a truly international sport. Membership grew from 63 member federations in 1985 to 150 in 2016. Fisa led the way in the fight against doping as the first federation to conduct out-of-competition testing, and through the athlete's commitment form and the no-needle policy. In 2002, power rowing was added to the World Championships. 6 years later, it was introduced to the Paralympics in Beijing. In 2014, Jean-Christophe Rolland, Olympic champion in the men's pair, became president of Fisa. Coastal, indoor and masters rowing have spread the sport to new corners of the world. Fisa proudly celebrates 125 years of international rowing.